Paul McDermott sings. Yes, Paul McDermott sings tonight at the Astor Theatre and joins us in the studio this morning to tell us all about it. Paul McDermott, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Good
How are you?
morning.
Good morning.
Well, it's a great resume. Good News Week, Strictly Dancing, the Sideshow, Comedy Festival, galas, the great debates, the big gig, Das Kapital. I mean, wow.
I do it for the people.
It's
my love of people that is...
Fantastic.
Yeah. I just want to bring a bit of happiness into people's lives. What sort of person are you if you can't bring a bit of happiness into people's
Well,
lives?
you're a miserable one. That's what you
I
are.
do it. I just love the people. I love the people.
And the people love you. Because of course I'm old enough
You
to
have
remember.
gorgeous eyes, by the way.
Oh, thank you
You
very
really do. They're magical. They're dancing, aren't they?
Now, I am old enough to remember, of course, when the Doug Anthony All-Stars were buskers.
Never. You're like a child.
I was a child. In the
We were
back there
talking earlier
trying
about
to-
how you never got too close to the front.
Well, this
did
is
you?
the thing.
Yeah.
I've always wondered, were you guys aware of the people that would sort of just shuffle back because you didn't want to be in the front row?
Well, you didn't want to be in the front row because we never washed our costumes. The smell was extraordinary. And if there were troublemakers in the audience, because, in
I thought
Australia...
you guys were so classy.
Oh, we were classy, but we stank to high heaven. And I discovered early on because Australians are mongrels. We haven't got we're not a cultured theatre audience really, like the English or the Americans. But if there was a troublemaker in our audience, I could get a fella. It didn't matter how big they were. They could be a minor giant fella, right?
Could have been Russ Hinds.
Could have been Russ Hinds. If I could get their head under my armpit within about 4 seconds, they would stop struggling.
Absolutely. Within 8, they'd be dead. But this was true. People did move back, but that's, I think, what made it such a popular event.
One of the great moments was at the first time we went to the Edinburgh Festival, and we were doing this bear pit of a club. It was a really nasty venue. And we were a bit rambunctious and a bit evil. And on about our third appearance there, we started singing. And normally what would happen after about the third or fourth song, beer started getting thrown everywhere.
Yeah.
It started
Right.
getting very lively because the Scots are a lively people,
Yes,
very
they
similar
are.
to us in that regard, being uncultured. And all the people that were sitting at our feet in this venue had umbrellas, and they just.
You're kidding.
No, we just started. And as the
Wasn't
beer
their
started going,
first rodeo.
it wasn't their first rodeo, and they just all these umbrellas came up, and that was brilliant.
Turned into Mary
hilarious.
Poppins. Wow.
And I sat there watching and listening, but not getting wet. So you learn, don't you? You learn.
Now, Paul, I had a look at your website. You are quite the talented man doing all sorts
Oh,
of
that's
goodies.
very kind of you. I like when people actually, go and have a look at the
So
paintings.
you've got a studio, and how long have you been doing all that side of things?
I've always done that.
Right.
That's the backbone of what I do, I suppose. I was lucky with the All Stars because I could incorporate all the drawings and paintings into the sets and
Of course.
Yep.
Right.
and the outfits and all that sort of rubbish. But then I've sort of just kept it to myself for a long time. But I got the website going a bit earlier in the year, just before the comedy festival. And it's been very enjoyable.
Well, you've never done one thing at a time. And when you were doing Good News Week, you were also writing.
Right now, I'm stitching. I'm doing a bit of embroidery. I just
You
love the
would-
craft.
You were
Lovely.
writing
Yeah,
for
do
the
you like that?
debates. You were
That's
writing.
a saddle stitch.
You were writing several columns for a newspaper.
Yes,
Are you one of these people that if you don't have several things on the go, your head's just going to implode?
I get easily distracted.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
what's that?
Well, it's no surprise that it's Paul McDermott sings because the Doug Anthony All Stars. I mean, you guys did, but we haven't heard you sing for quite a while, as far as I'm aware.
It's been a while. We did a show called The Sideshow, and we aired a number of
loved The
these.
Sideshow.
Yeah, it was a great show. I was
Yeah.
very sad when that one went because it was a real corker.
That's a great show.
Yeah. We were actually in Montreal. I was mentioning it recently, talking to comedians for the Montreal Comedy Festival, and I was about to interview Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog.
Yeah.
And which is let's be honest, that's a career highlight.
It is.
Interview.
Oh, yeah.
It
Yeah,
is.
And suddenly this fella comes and starts going, Paul McDermott. And I thought, no one knows me here. What is this fella? He was the agent, the booking agent for Conan O'Brien.
Oh.
And
wow.
he loved the Sideshow. He
Oh,
sought
brilliant.
me out.
Why am I not
Brilliant.
surprised?
He
Yeah.
sought me out to say that it was one of the best shows they'd ever seen. It was
Fantastic.
inspirational, and they want to
Great.
make a show like it in America. So it's it's sad that the ABC didn't have the bloody forethought to think it was a corker
Yeah.
when the rest of the world love it.
Well, how often does that happen?
Thank you, YouTube.
And often we don't think we're good enough, do we?
Oh, I think we still have a stupid colonial
Yeah.
mentality that
Yeah.
we're not the best in the world.
Getting
but we
better,
are the
though.
best in the world.
Getting better.
We are.
God
Oh,
damn it.
yeah.
See,
Yeah.
Conan,
We're a
the
good
producer,
people.
said so.
We're a proud people. We need leaders that show us the way, that lead us forward.
Yes.
Well, actually, I think after Paul McDermott sings, it's Paul McDermott for PM.
I think so.
I'm going there.
You actually describe yourself as a compulsive writer, scribbler and painter. I didn't realise that your self-illustrated children's books, The Scree and The Girl Who Swallowed Bees, you made them both into short films. Doing everything, by the way. You the ultimate control freak.
Oh no, I don't. I
mean, you scripted it, you directed it, you painted the backgrounds.
People don't like working with me very much.
It's easily sorted, isn't it?
Come on, guys, let's do something together. Let's start a radio show. I was lucky with the films. I worked with a number of great people.
Yeah.
I take credit for everything, but
Of
there was a
course.
cinematographer. There were a few other people around me
Yeah.
that did help with those things.
So anything in the wings after this tour?
Yeah, well, I like the idea of becoming Prime Minister.
Yeah.
So do I.
Yeah.
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 I
The
think
first singing
you
Prime
got-
Minister.
Yeah. Hey, what a good idea. I mean, you've got everything, really.
Yeah. I got the X factor for us Prime Ministers. That's what I need. It'll be a sing-off.
And the speaker's chair could just spin around.
It's going to make the debates.
Well, Tony Abbott always does it. He's always goes chair facing the other way.
I think Slipper had a chair that did that as well. Thank you. Knock him down.
On that note, thank you, Paul.
Been a pleasure.
Pleasure. Thank you.